Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 5th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode was very interesting, especially the future story, not the backstory. That's what we used to saying, but it was about Kate. It was after she's obviously been rescued on the island back in modern day, and she was basically being trialed for the murder of her stepfather and also all of the other charges in terms of, you know, assault, pretty much, you know, when the guard tried to capture her and she was getting away and she crashed and she injured him and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? All of the stuff that we've seen in her backstories, she was getting charged for here now, obviously in the present. Now, the interesting thing is, you know, they brought Jack to the stand and he was talking, and, you know, he was basically lying, literally lying to the public. But it seems like this is a story that they've got to go with. This is what they've been telling the press. You know, we've been hearing about the Oceanic Six, which we don't actually know which 6 of the people had survived the island. But in this story that we was saying last episode, it was 8 people that successfully survived the crash, and then it seems like obviously only 6 of them have made it back here. So I don't know who the other 2 he said survived and died, but they was asking questions about the air marshal, and he was saying that he never actually spoken to him, didn't know who he was. He obviously died in the crash, when we also know that that is a complete lie as well. Now, the episode ended very interestingly because basically, you know, her judge, or her lawyer, sorry, was saying, look, mate, we should be pleading pretty much guilty on a couple of these and you get 7 years inside. Because if you don't, you know, you're looking for 20 years for each sentence. She didn't want to do that. Then they were saying that your mum, you know what I mean? She is the person that's testifying against you. You've admitted to the murder. You know, if she gets on the stand, you're pretty much screwed. Well, they ended up having a conversation with her mum, and basically it turns out that Kate's got a kid. And her mum was like, look, mate, I won't testify if I could start seeing my grandson. And Kate was like, no, you're never seeing him. So that was really interesting as well. Now, we ended up going back into the courtroom, and it turns out that her mum couldn't be in a condition because she was ill. We did see her. She was sat there. She had like an oxygen tank and wires onto her nose. She wasn't fit enough to actually come in and take the stand, so they had to go off previous evidence that they had. And she ended up pretty much getting away with it, Kate. She was so lucky. Basically, she had to take a deal, which was for 5 years, I think they said, or 10 years, that she didn't leave the state that she lived in. And, you know, basically, she was on like probation, which that is the best thing that she could have ever got, in my personal opinion. She ended up going to see Jack in the car park. He was saying, you know, like, he's happy for her and this and that. And she said, does he want to come back? And he was like, no, not really. You know, maybe we can catch a coffee sometime. And then she was like, look, mate, until you come and acknowledge my son, do you know what I mean? And, you know, want to see us both, then I don't think we can ever actually go and have a coffee. I was like, you know what? That's interesting, because Jack really would never actually do that, because I'm expecting it to be Soy's kid. I was expecting it to be Soy's kid, mate. Turns out she's got Aaron. I don't know what's going on there, mate. She's gone home, she's gone in the bedroom, she's picked him up, and she's got baby Aaron in the bed. What is that? It's exciting. Another crazy story that we need to have unraveled. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. So we are seeing Desmond now sat on the helicopter.
That Penelope? She told Charlie she didn't know about this boat, correct? What do you expect to find when you get there?
Answers.
On your sodden fate!
What's the matter, Hugh? Did you not hear me?
I was having a dream, sir.
You were having a dream, were you?
I was in a helicopter, sir. And there was a storm, sir.
At least it was a bloody military dream.
All of you! In the yard! 4 minutes!
I hope your dream was worth this, mate. Sorry, pal. It's just, it was like I was actually there.
You got something to say, Hugh? I asked you a question!
Pretty good transitions.
Who are you?
Oh, what's happening? Yo, what's just literally happened? Hey, this show's dead random sometimes, isn't it? What has happened there? How's he just lost his memory just like that?
They took off a day ago. Why haven't we heard from them?
You heard the same thing as I did when we called the boat. What makes you think I know anything? Because you're not worried. Wring my hands together and whisper a prayer on their behalf.
Hey. Maybe we should just tell them your perception of how long your friends have been gone. It's not necessarily how long they've actually been gone. As long as Frank flew on the bearings that I gave him, if he stayed on it, It'll be fine.
Oh, so they might have actually made it there. They have made it back. This is well interesting. Has he got his memory now?
What are you doing back? Who are they?
Survivors of 815.
Right, where am I? All right, just take it. Who are you people? What am I doing here? Who are you people?
It was fine when we took off. When we hit some weather, hey, Faraday told me as long as I stayed on the vector.
We're gonna take your buddy down to the sick bay, okay?
I'm going with him.
Let a doctor look at him first, then you can come down.
I don't know these people. I understand. No, this is wrong. I'm not supposed to be here.
Transition's a good man.
Yeah.
I reckon this is why he got discharged, because he's having these visions.
When I was in the yard doing crunches, I left. I was on a boat. Then I was back here, right where I started.
Thanks for this morning, Hugh.
Whoa. Watch your step.
You're gonna be okay.
Who are you people?
For where we are, we last poured in Fiji. We'll get the doc, and he's gonna want to ask you some questions to help us sort all this out.
Open this door!
Hey,
Yo, Desmond's having a really interesting episode. He's acting pretty good.
it's happening to you too.
You know what this is actually giving me memories of, or like questions of? Do you remember on the island, they said that people have gone crazy on the island, haven't they? Russo said that her camp, or whoever that she went to the island with, it started for them and they started losing their minds and getting sick. And basically, she said that she killed them. Now, Desmond as well believed before, obviously, do you know when he was first introduced in the hatch, that people above on the island would get sick as well and go crazy. And that's never happened. Not once have we seen anybody from the survivors actually start losing their mind up until this point here, when somehow they've been obviously flying here, took a coordinate or something, and like the atmosphere's changed or something, and it's hit him, and now he's obviously going a bit loopy. Now, the interesting thing as well is, he was saying Daniel on the island, that time is not what they perceive. So, like, you know, they think that they've been gone for like 2 days or something, but they could have been gone for like 10 minutes. That was the reference. He never said the time. I've just made those numbers up, but that's basically what it is, and that's what I'm taking from it. Because yesterday, or a couple of episodes ago, he got the rocket, and it, you know, she said that it should have landed, and it didn't. Then it arrived like 30 minutes later. And when he took the timer out and he looked, one said 3 p.m. or something, and one said 2:30. And there was a 30-minute difference in between them. Do you know what I mean? And that was interesting as well. That is obviously what he's trying to reference.
What's happening to Desmond? Your friends know what's wrong with him.
Well, if they do, they're not sharing it with me. I am trying to help you.
You want to help me? Give me your phone.
You give me that weapon, and I'll give you this phone.
I'm on the freighter.
Are you okay? Where the hell have you been?
Something happened during the flight. Something happened to Desmond. He doesn't appear to recognize me or know where he is.
Has he recently been exposed to high levels of radiation?
Extreme levels.
Hey!
I was just on a Ferris wheel. It's happening to him too, Ray. And it's gonna happen to you. No, it's not gonna stop it, Ray. Nothing can stop it, Ray. Nothing can stop it.
What the bloody hell is going on?
I understand you're disoriented.
You're not gonna stick me with that, brother.
I don't want to stick you with you. I want to check your eyes. What's your name?
Desmond.
Desmond. Desmond, why don't you tell me about the last thing you remember?
What you want, Desmond?
Penny, listen, I'm in trouble. And I think something's happening to me. And I need to see you. Look, I've got 2 days leave starting tonight. Can I come and see you?
No. Look, Desmond, I'm gonna go. Please, just don't call me.
No, listen, Penny, I need you.
Sorry, Doc, but I got Faraday calling from the island. He needs to talk to this guy.
No, Faraday's not talking to my patient. Now get out of here.
Hey! Desmond, my name is Daniel Faraday. We met yesterday before you took off. Tell me what year you think it is.
To me, what year do I think? It's 1996.
Where are you supposed to be? Where are you in 1996?
I'm at Camp Miller. It's Royal Scots Regiment. It's just north of Glasgow.
I need you to get on a train. Oxford University, Queen's College Physics Department. Because I need you to find me.
I actually have no idea what's going on. I think it's really interesting though. Do you know what, Daniel? He's alright, you know. He's actually alright.
When you find me at Queen's College, I need you to tell me to set the device to 2.342. At 11 hertz, all right? And one more thing. If the numbers don't convince me, I need you to tell me that you know about Eloise. Tell me that you know about Eloise.
I keep saying it, I'm loving the cuts. They're just so good. They've got it crisp on this episode, I'm telling you.
Sorry. Are you Daniel Faraday? just been to the future. So I spoke to you there. You told me to come here to Oxford. Set your device to 2.342 and make sure it oscillates at 11. I know about Eloise.
Desmond has some good backstory episodes, doesn't it? Or future ones.
Is where I do the things Oxford frowns upon.
So, this is changing the future?
You can't change the future.
What's that for?
Radiation.
Do I get one?
You don't need one. For prolonged exposure, I do this 20 times a day.
So what'd you put in your head? What does this do?
If the numbers you gave me are correct, what this will do is unstick Eloise in time.
I'm sorry, how is a rat running through a bloody maze so incredible?
What is incredible is I just finished the maze this morning. I'm not gonna teach her how to run it until an hour from now.
So how does that help me?
I don't understand. Am I supposed to help you? Didn't I send you back here to help me?
I don't know why you sent me here. All I know about you is you end up on some bloody island.
The Faraday talked to him.
You said he could help.
Faraday can't even help himself. I need to get back. Back where? The island? He said he could help. He said he'd tell me what I needed to do.
They strapped me down here. All the calls to and from this boat came through me in the radio room.
So, what's that got to do with me?
Those calls came from your girlfriend, Penelope Widmore.
He's the guy that they tried to go to. Well, why is it that... What was that guy? Miles is his name. Why was he trying to ring this guy? Because when he ran the phone, she was like, he's not available right now. It was a female. I've not seen no females on this boat yet. She answered it, not available, don't call right now, put the phone down. I said at the time, hey, she isn't concerned at all about getting him off the island. Do you know what I mean? There's no urgency in her voice. But then, I think we've heard his name a couple of times, and now obviously he's here. It's interesting. Like I said, these Desmond stories that we get, whether it's future Desmond, past Desmond, or whatever, they are pretty good. Like, I've got to say, each one that he's had has been very enjoyable.
Out almost 75 minutes. Oh, yeah. You went catatonic right in the middle of a sentence. I had to carry you to the chair.
What happened to her?
She died.
Yeah, I can see that. How?
Brain aneurysm, probably. I don't know.
Is that going to happen to me?
The effects seem to vary from case to case.
If this keeps happening, am I going to die?
I don't know. Jumps between the present and the future. She couldn't tell which was which. She had no anchor. Something familiar in both time. All this is all variables. Every equation needs stability. You have no constant. Go to the future, nothing there is familiar. Then you need to find something there.
Is that Penelope? Is that his constant?
Really care about. Who are you calling?
I'm calling my bloody constant.
Don't even know where she lives now, does she?
I don't know you, but you seem to know me, so if you and me are friends, then I need your help.
One deck up. I'll take you there.
And how do we get out of here?
Through the door. Like you guys have a friend on this boat.
The Black Rock set sail from Portsmouth,
Black Rock?
March 22nd, 1845. The only known artifact of this journey is the journal of the ship's first mate. We open the bidding on lot 2342. Sold for £380,000 to bidder 755.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitmore.
No, it's fine.
Your word. Let's have it.
I need to get in touch with Penny.
But you've had second thoughts.
Why do you hate me so much?
Not me who hates you. Here's her address. I'll let her tell you herself.
But that though, when we seen him get discharged from the military, did seem to dislike him. He's giving him money to stay away.
How did this happen to you?
We were anchored here. And Brandon, he's one of the crew members. We just wanted to see the island.
Where is he?
In a body bag.
Who did this?
You got me.
Oh, he's having one.
After your call, someone has to tell me precisely what is going on.
It's 2004.
Didn't realize it was almost Christmas.
Died? Is his head short? Is it just like that mouse? Well, interesting.
What happened to him? The same thing that's going to happen to me.
Desmond? Look, I don't know if you're getting the signals, Desmond, but I'm trying to make a clean break from you. So if you don't mind, I'm going to...
Wait, Ben. I need to tell you something. I need you to listen to me. I know this doesn't make any sense because it doesn't make any sense to me. 8 years from now, I need to call you, and I can't call you if I don't have your number.
What's to say you wouldn't call me tonight or tomorrow?
I won't call for 8 years. December the 24th, 2004. Please, Ben.
Interesting to see her now in the present if she's waiting for the call.
7946 0893.
You have to keep that number. You can't change
Just
that
get
number
out!
for 8
Get
years.
out!
Just remember, December the 24th, 2004. Look, Ben, if you still care about me, you have to answer.
Given a number beginning with 7, that's true. Like, that's my home number starts with 7.
I hope she's there. I hope so too. Penny?
Does it change him now? Can he feel it? That his words, his cornerstone or whatever it was called.
Penny, answer. I'm on a boat. I've been on an island. Oh my God, Penny, is that really you?
Yeah. Yes, it's me. I've been looking for you for the past 3 years. And then when I spoke to your friend Charlie, that's when I knew you were still alive.
I love you, Penny. I've always loved you. I'm so sorry.
I love you too.
Good, that scene, actually. Did enjoy it. Hopefully he's one of the 6 that survived. Well done, Saeed. Your knowledge has helped again. He's remembered, yeah, like, he saved his life. Like, then, to be fair, if it didn't happen, I reckon his head could have got fried. It was enough, mate. Look how blue that sea is. Oh, no way. Desmond will be his constant. That's interesting how he picked Desmond as his constant, but it's good because Desmond is somebody that he remembers in his past and somebody that he remembers in the present, and like it does kind of make sense, to be honest, how Desmond could be his constant, because like he was saying, it has to be somebody that I can remember in the now. Do you know what I mean? And in the now, Desmond can remember Penny, and obviously in the past when he went to see Daniel, he could remember Penny there as well. Here, Daniel's got nobody that he can remember. Desmond can see him, he knows he's there, and he can remember his stories in the past, so that works. It's good. And do you know what, I kind of got my answer, or hope. You know, I said I wanted an episode about being on this boat and going there. I said I hope it wasn't the end of Saeed's kind of like season where he'd just fly off into the wilderness, you know what I mean, and then like we'd jump in towards the back end and be like, oh, hey Saeed, he's done this and that. You know, I wanted it to be maybe 1 or 2 episodes absent and then come in and then get it, do you know what I mean, get the information to use there, what's going on. And we got it. It was good. I thought it was well interesting in terms of Desmond losing his memory, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know if it was just him, because they explained before that he was exposed to the high levels of radiation, because he was, wasn't he? He was extreme levels of radiation, to be honest, when he turned that key. And, you know, having these stories here with Daniel in the past and how he's going through it, and he's writing his code down, and obviously the mouse, and believing him that he's gone into the future, and, you know, quoting the numbers and Eloise and all that, it's really interesting. Personally, the pilot that's took him to the boat, I don't think he's that bad, to be honest. I think that he seems like an alright guy. And also, Daniel, he seems okay. Charlotte, she's not too bad. She's a moody one so far. I feel like Miles is moody as well, but he's quite interesting. We've not really seen like loads of him. He did go and ask Ben for $3.2 million. And, you know, he was so specific as well in that. Nothing on that one yet. I thought Ben might have been there in the backstory or whatever's betting, you know, for the island's diary or something, or that's where he might have acquired the money. Maybe Ben was the one that sold it and he's the reason why he's got that money. I don't really know, if I'm being totally honest. You could see that it was a possession from the Black Rock, which is obviously there. We've seen it with the dynamite. It's where Sawyer killed Cooper, do you know what I mean? Like, a bit of information from that went for that much money in 97. So imagine how much money it would go for now, knowing it's on a deserted island where the oceanic people have been, with obviously extra years on it. It's going to be worth loads of money. So it's really interesting. And like I said, any of these Desmond stories that we get in the forward or in the past, they've been so good. And whoever was a transition man or woman in today's episode, fair play to you, man, because it was good. All your transitions were swift and it was clean. He'd fall in one place, he'd fall in the other, he'd bang his head, he'd bang it there. It was perfect. And, you know, I've got to give credit where it's due. I thought the transitions was really good today. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Probably the best episode of the season. I'm not going to lie, it's been very entertaining. Like I said, any of these Desmond ones have been top notch. Can't fault them at all. They've been thoroughly entertaining. Gets the mind going, gets you guessing. You know, they're on this boat. They've got somebody else who's sadly died. You know, he's a guy that Miles was trying to get hold of as well. it's really interesting. They're dead cryptic on there as well. I feel like some of them are genuine, some of them are not. The doctor seems a bit strange, you know what I mean? Like, the guys come in and trying to rush them out, getting them as, like, prisoners and stuff like that. They're trying to test and do things on them. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but also do know is I really enjoyed it. I'm not too sure how it's going to help really now on the island, because technically, you know, we still need a certain things answered. You know, why is it, as Saeed said, they left at dusk, it was late, and then when they landed, pretty much on their boat ride, which, I mean, on the helicopter ride, was about 20 minutes, he was saying we pretty much landed like in the middle of the day. And then Daniel referenced about time on the island as well, saying that it feels like they've been gone for a day or so, but it's not as it may seem. And then we got a kind of reference of that last episode or something, on the one before as well, when a rocket kind of come to the island, and then he picked up the clocks and he looked at them and he's both out of sync. And then obviously using that in today's episode in terms of going back and him jumping from the present to the past and the present to the future, you know what I mean, and extracting information here and there, and he's blacking out and stuff. He's trying to figure out how long the time jumps are, aren't there? And I actually think Daniel's alright. I think he's quite interesting, to be honest. And he was good in today's episode. To be honest, I thought the acting was great from everybody. I thought Desmond was very good. I thought Daniel was really good as well. And the conversation that Desmond was having with Penelope at the end, just saying he loves her and stuff like that, you know, I feel like it's much needed. He's been waiting for it for so long, do you know what I mean? He's been having that hope, do you know. I think he said earlier on in the season, or maybe in last season as well, that he's had that hope that she's been looking for him for all that time. But that's not been the case. Well, it turns out it is the case, you know what I mean? And we knew that she was looking for him, and she's confirmed it to him today. And yes, he did lose his mind going towards this boat, and you know, he didn't know who Saeed was, and he didn't know why he was there, and he thought it was 1997 when it's in fact 2004. You know what I mean? I feel like he may have either recovered it at the end, or started to believe that something was happening. And you know, he said that he was sorry that the conversation only lasted for a shorter part of time. Don't be sorry, mate. It's perfect. Nobody else has managed to speak to a loved one. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's again, Saeed's knowledge has helped out, and it's come, you know, it's come to fruition, and it's worked, and he's managed to. I mean, he didn't reveal a location, didn't really reveal where he was. You know what I mean? He said he was on a boat. He's been on an island. She kind of knows that. He said that she's spoken to Charlie, didn't she? But you know, it's given hope that, you know, she still loves him, and you know, he can still keep fighting. Cornerstone, or whatever you call it, the constant here in today's episode. Maybe that's what the person that died was missing. Maybe he'd not had that information. He's not gone back, has he? And he's not talked to Daniel. He mentioned there that, you know, the mouse, pretty much, it was stuck between the reality. He didn't really know where it was. The present, the future, and the past. He didn't really understand its timeline. His head fried, the circuit broke, and it died. Now, Desmond, he's got to find something. And he's been bouncing all over the place. He's not really trying to figure it out. He doesn't really know where he is, where, you know, people are, and where he actually, you know, is supposed to be. And once he's found out that he's spoken to Penny and he remembers her in the past, I believe that settled him. Because I thought that he could actually die in today's episode, because we do that. We do pull that trigger. You know, you get a backstory or a future one of that character, and at the end, they're gone. But no, not today's. It turned out to be probably the best episode of the season. It was very entertaining. Can't wait to see more of this. Like I said, mate, you know, it's only a short season, this one. I feel like we're absolutely flying through it because of how short it is. I feel like in 3 more episodes' time, we're going to be running out more sides to decide characters as a season. I feel like we've only just started. So I can't wait to see what we have in store for us. I want to go back to Ben now, and, you know, this information of he's rich and Miles wants money from him, and he's been giving him a week for that as well. Kate's still got to return to the camp. You know, she's been kicked out and banished by Locke. Loads of stuff going on. I can't wait for it. I also feel a little bit as well that because the season's short, it's kind of good in terms of, because there's so much to going on and you've got a short amount of time, you could jam pack the action all the way in. You know what I mean? Sometimes I prefer a longer season, obviously. Like, I love it. More episodes, the better. But when it's shorter and you got lots of stuff going on, you just hit with action and entertainment and loads of chaos and loads of information, because you've only got a short amount of time that you can explain it. And I also feel like it's good in that aspect as well. So I can't wait. You know, thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.